coming live from DDS, Thank That Studios, Burbank, California. I am Principal Akbar Cook. We back at it again today. Yesterday, this young man was one of those casualties of that American spirit thing going on right now, so he got here late. So I didn't want to not showcase this gentleman. His name is Quandon out of Rand, West Virginia, the home of Randy Moss. So funny story, my son is a big 2K guy. He met Quan playing 2K. Quan one day had some music playing in the background. Mom's like, who that is? That's me. Like, yo, we doing something up top. So when I talked to Monster about doing this brick-and-mortar entertainment thing, first thing he said was, yo, you gotta listen to my boy Quan. He sent me LLT, and it was crazy. I was like, yo, he sound different. And I thought, I don't know why, I thought you was in Jersey like Lane was, but he's from West Virginia, man. And like I said, he putting on, he doing stuff out there. So Quan, just tell us, like, I know you said you only been doing this a year, right?
Been doing it for a year.
So what's your musical inspiration? What made you get into it? Tell us that story of how you were just, dropping some stuff and your boys told you, get to it.
Man, I just started it like as a hobby, like just messing around for real. And then like the more I like did it and sent it to my homies, they like, nah, you gotta do this for real. And I'm like, I don't wanna do it, but they just kept telling me like, nah, you gotta do this for real. So it's like, after a while, I'm like, all right, bet, I'm gonna do this for y'all. But now it's like, I'm doing this for me, like, I'm doing it for real, like, really 10 toes now.
No doubt. So your project is called Me Versus Me, right?
Yeah.
Tell us what we can expect on your first project.
It's gonna be like all different type of vibes. Like when I listen to music, I like to hear like different stuff. So like that's what I want to add into my project. And it's gonna be like basically like it's me versus me. Like everybody gonna be able to relate because that's like something we all face every day. Like it's you versus you at the end of the day. Like you only stopping yourself. You can only stop yourself.
No doubt. So without further ado, we going Devil and Me is gonna be featured on the Focus on the Love soundtrack. We're actually filming in Watts tomorrow. We're gonna be in Compton. We're gonna be all over. We already was at Rodeo today, so getting that little LA vibe. Us East Coasters. We love this weather. Well, I don't say we love the weather. We love the palm trees and I guess the trees out here, literally. But I'm going to go back there. I'm going to put on the song. My boy Quan is going to start it up.
Talk to the people. Live. Talk to the people.
They on the fucking track.
You keep hanging around the slime, they gon' slime you. I do the crime, I do the time, that's what the crime do. I wanna see my niggas win and see them shine too. I've been 100, I keep it 50 times too. Sometimes I think about crashing out, it's like the devil in me. I tried to bury all my demons with a shovel, nigga. Wanna be the realest, I ain't wanna be the toughest, nigga. Wanna be the richest, all the love to the money, nigga. I said fuck a 9 to 5 cause I could get a pack. Once I got in, I couldn't get out, that's how I got attacked. And that weed y'all put in bags, that shit be trash. And them niggas watch your pockets, but won't watch your back. Getting my feelings off that food, this ain't no Tylenol. I gotta shout out traffic and just every pass the ball. Now everything is everything, cause we ain't have it all. We just had to turn the hand close to all the malls. Thinking about the money, I get horny. Thinking about my angels, I've been mourning. As a matter of fact, I've been mixing pineapple with Morton. And I've been super focused since I realized what's important. Cause all I know is grind in that order. And I just wanna ball, so I've been trapping in my Jordans. The only time I get a piece of mind is when I pour it. I'm so solid, I was standing still whenever it was storming. Keep hanging around them clowns, they gon' slime you. I do the crime, I do the time, that's what the crime do. I wanna see my niggas win and see them shine too. I've been 100, I keep it 50 times too. Sometimes I think about crashing out, it's like the devil in me. I tried to bury all my demons with a shovel, nigga. Wanna be the realest, I ain't wanna be the toughest, nigga. Wanna be the richest, all the love to the money, nigga. The cops that told me write a statement, shit, I went to sleep. Then I end up eating that cake, cause I ain't say a thing. But once they take your fingerprints, just know your body mark. I'm missing hits in my heart, but in my battle scars. For what you did, but I cannot forget it. Ain't a nigga walking earth and trick me got my position. And I can't even lie, I love the taste of that description. I'd rather Mary Jane, but rolling, rather Bobby Whitney. You know I'm 50 times 2, know I'm 100, ain't no difference. always kept it true, so ain't no flaws inside my image. I got demons on my shoulders, it be hard for me to lift them. I got blood, sweat, and tears, and I got pain inside my denim. Hang around them slimes, they gon' slime you. I do the crime, I do the time, that's what the crime do. I wanna see my niggas win and still shine too. I've been 100, I keep it 50 times too. Sometimes I think about crashing out, it's like the devil in me. I tried to bury all my demons with a shovel, nigga. Wanna be the realest, I ain't wanna be the toughest, nigga. Wanna be the richest, I look up to the money, nigga.
Check. Clap it up for my brother Quan from West Virginia. Have you performed before, like any of your shows? You performed at all?
Nah, I never did a show before.
First time ever, Dame Dash Studios. Clap it up again for him performing in front of DJ Dash. Devil in Me. It's a lot of messages in Devil in Me. Can you just tell us what you was thinking when you came up with the title and won some of the lyrics that you had in the song?
So the beat was called Devil in Me. So when I was writing it, like I was already like just writing based on like just basically everything I write is what I've been through. So it's like I was already writing about what I've been through, and then I looked at the beat title and I was like Devil in Me, and then I don't know what happened. Something triggered in my mind, and it's like sometimes I think about crashing out. It's like the devil in me. And it just went with it, and I was like, yeah, that's it right there. I just felt like that was the one.
Yeah, that 50 times 2, that right there, I keep it 150 times 2. I was like, oh yeah, I felt that right there. Yeah. So, I know your big inspiration, you lost one of your brothers, LLT. Can you tell us about that and how you gonna keep rocking for him?
Yeah, that was my brother for real. Like, blood couldn't have made us any closer. Unfortunately, he took his life, and like he was my biggest supporter for real. Like, he was the one begging me day and out, like, bro, please, you gotta do this. He's like, I listened to one of your songs, it brought tears to my eyes, bro. He like, you really gotta do this. So like, ever since he passed away, I was just like, I'm like, yo, I gotta do this, like, for real. Like, I gotta make Tim proud, like. So ever since then, I've been rocking out with it.
No doubt. So we talked about Me Versus Me coming out. Like, I know you're doing a video, Devil in Me, while you're here in California. What else could they look for before we get off this live?
I actually just made I'm about to start my vlog. I already got part 1 out on YouTube. I'm also about to do another video while we out here to the intro to my album. So those are a few things that y'all can look out for.
So Dame, any advice for the young king out there in West Virginia where there's not really a market and all of that? What would you say to the young king on to just keep that out there?
Get your show right, perform. That's all. You got the record, you got the lyrics, just rehearse on that stage and make them want to see it, pause. And, get your merch together. And just be in control of your own destiny. You got the steering wheel, just push the gas.
No doubt. Thank you for that, OG. So another thing, Dame, so I wonder, and I heard, Lays, Uncle Lays, shout out Uncle Lays and MOP. We talked about some stories of just recording not recording, but performing. When you have a guy that's by themselves, what would you suggest, stage presence for them? Because it tends to be, when you're mad lyrical, you just back and forth. How do you get the crowd involved and all that other stuff?
I can probably show you better than I can tell you. Just energy, bro. You just gotta be a warrior out there. Be very confident and get in the front of the stage. And to me, the less people on the stage, the less people it is to look at. So I'll be like, I don't want anybody to look at me. You know what I'm saying? Shit, don't you? When you do the record and shit, you probably pause. You probably be in the bathroom, in the shower, or in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? You start imagining what it's gonna look like. So you just have to really visualize what you want to look like on stage. Do you know what you want to look like on stage? What does it look like though? Does it look like what you were just doing? No.
Nah.
So you want to be the rock star, So when you get in front of the stage, be the person that you're visualizing in your head. Pause.
Right.
Or else, what are you doing? Because me, like I be visualizing myself as a monster, a beast, a vicious fucking dragon. I'm gonna burn everything down. Pause. You feel me?
Y'all thought I said pause, right?
I made it up.
Oh, you made it up?
What do you think made up pause?
All right, you made it up.
Wait.
I'm from Jersey. We don't get message y'all hard.
I'm just asking you, do you know the history of pause?
No.
I am OG Pause. My block, my crew, we made it up. I made it up.
For the world.
It wasn't for the world. It was for the crew. It was like an undercover, funny thing that no one knew about until we,
All right.
And then, but it's funny that people don't know we made
You
that
sound
up.
like Soulja Boy right now. I'm the first one who said pause.
Does that mean that who would sound like who? I'm older.
All right. All right. You got it.
I could tell you a lot of the first that
All right.
a lot of, you know what I mean?
You got your flowers, kid. You got it. I'm just saying.
Anyway, pause. That's what I was talking about. That's what I was talking about. That came from my block, my crew, the best out. Pause made up by us. Bomb. Can't nobody. Did y'all know that?
Yes.
Alright, see?
Oh, come on, bro.
You didn't know that? You say pause, you didn't know where it came from. I ain't doing the same thing that the originator of that.
I told Akbar this morning, earlier, I told him you made that.
Trying to tell you. It ain't like that's my black thing. That's my crew. We made that up.
You gotta copyright that, G.
I gotta do that. I share everything to the world.
All right.
I don't do it to get paid from it. I do it so the world get better.
You got my man.
And that's just like a funny game that just keeps you on point.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah, we're not gonna
we're
get
doing it for 30 years, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anyway, we won't get canceled up here.
Yeah.
So anyway, my point is, you know what I mean? You know, I know you imagine a shirts off, sweater hair, girls, right? Yeah, we like go ahead, you know. But it was good, and you got the lyrics, so be confident in it. But it sounded good. So yeah, there you go. That's my 2 cents. You know what I mean? Pause.
King Dame Dash said, thank you. So, you heard it right there. So, you know what we got to do. So, we ain't going to keep you up here and all that. Matter of fact, I should throw them on. Yo, while we still got on, we gonna bring Monster back up and y'all going to do funding for real. Yeah, you wasn't here. So, we ain't get this. So, you gave me an instrumental for that, right? Yeah. Yeah, let's go, band.
Some monster. Demons and dragons and fire.
Check it out. Talk to them while y'all up there, man. While I go get ready, man. Talk to them. You on Dame Live right now.
What's good, dog?
What's good, man?
It's Monster Band. Y'all was talking crazy last time we was here.
Wait, what?
They was talking crazy last time.
What they was talking about?
They was telling us to get off the stage, but
What?
we back.
Wait, why they was trying to get up the stage?
I don't know, but we back. We back and better. You feel me? Ain't like I got my plans with me. Oh, damn, what's up? Look at DJ, baby. Come on, DJ Khaled. What's going on, y'all? How y'all day going? How we performing? What's up? How y'all doing? I'm Monster
follow me on
Band.
Instagram.
It's Monster Band.
Quandon 304.
MONSTAA period B.
Quandon 304.
Read the comments.
No, I'm ready now. Y'all wasn't saying nothing. It's a performance, yo. Y'all wasn't saying nothing when we was standing right here.
What y'all about to do about the performance?
Huh?
Because I had my hard drive last time. Send it to me on the phone. I'll talk to him. You got that? So listen, well, guess what? I just play, I can rap on the beat. They ain't don't want to pause. He don't want y'all to do it, you know what I mean? We'll do that, we don't got time. So I'm gonna send it to myself. So yeah, talk to the fans. Give me your IGs. You feel me? All that other stuff.
Quandon 304.
I got a little bit of time.
I ain't bring my hard
They keep saying what's going on here. Like,
We got mics. You have to perform. Yeah.
You said you rather, James said you don't even do it.
Chicago in the building.
They didn't even want to try to do it like that. Yo, I don't know what that said.
Chicago. My dad from Chicago. Chicago in the
Should have
building.
signed me. Sign you? What?
Martin, I can see his career. Responding to every.
Yeah, you can't respond to everything.
I'm responding to everything. I got time today.
Wait, so he might.
Oh, no.
You want all the smoke.
You better just do it. You better do it. I ain't got nothing to talk.
Oh, you don't got the article.
I'm not gonna talk, I'm still gonna play it.
Alright.
Why don't y'all do it tomorrow? We still gonna be here tomorrow. Bring the hard drive so we can make a record.
Alright, so we just don't do it now?
Yeah, let's not half-ass it if we ain't got it. But then, you know, they want to see, because if he performed yesterday, he wasn't with his man, and then when he is with his man, he's doing it, you know, with the lip sync. You know,
Alright, no lip sync. No lip
you
sync.
don't want to lip sync.
Alright. Check. So, alright, so you heard
Real
word.
hip-hop.
Big homie thing Dash said no lip syncing, y'all. So I guess Harlem learned from that Dipset Locks
Nah, I've
thing.
been saying that. No, I don't even allow, this is like, I don't even
I want this call no beef. We ain't gotta say it out
There ain't
loud.
no beef for us. I don't even allow niggas to perform in here over a track. That's why it's gonna be a band in here, but you know, I'm letting y'all get right.
Oh my man,
Like,
alright.
I've been I'm a purist on the stage. No matter what, you gotta perform. I don't care what the record sound like. All that matters is how you look live. That's
Alright.
how you gonna get paid.
And all you artists, because the people was on here saying they ain't need to sign them. Listen,
I ain't signing nobody.
they ain't signing nobody.
I
You
do
sign-
partnerships. I don't want no other man signed to me. But that don't even sound right. They make,
Pause.
they make us think that sounds good and niggas want it. Yo, I'm signed to another man. Nah, you have a partnership with it, you know, with it. You know?
No doubt.
The whole way that sound never sounded right to me. I never ever signed no artist. I always did partnership with them.
So the one tip that Dane gave us, which is so dope, and I never thought about it, and you see a lot of your favorite artists, when they write a song down and they have it on their phone, they're on the mic and they saying it, right? It's like you should perform that song. And I know sometimes they got quotas, but Dane said you need to practice that song
Ain't
till
no
you
quota.
win with it.
What quota?
I don't know if they got to do this, they got a quota that night. If you don't know the song and you doing it off your phone,
It ain't no quota in the music business.
no quota in the music business. So why everybody just going on a piece of paper and going off the phone? They should just be learning it and going off the top of their head so they can feel it more.
It's a different method. You know, it's a method. Like, that's all they know. You know what I mean? So they get a record, you get a vibe, you make the record, and you don't see that person. But really, a process. You really take the time to really rehearse it, perform it, and you actually get the record while you perform it. And then once you got it right, that's when you actually record it. Back in the day, niggas ain't get in the studio, or you didn't get in the studio until after you performed the album live a couple of times. Then you got in the studio.
You was right. Like every time we see like they've been on the road and then they come in, you're absolutely right. When they be watching like I say Aretha Franklin is about to come out, you watch all those, yeah, they did that absolutely. And then when it's
Beatles, the Rolling
Yeah.
Stones, they was performing the records before they even got in the studio.
that's crazy. So we learned something. So hopefully we can go back to that thing, right? We should go back to that. That's when music was, that energy was crazy.
Which is different.
Yeah.
Different. Yeah, I'll talk to you up there. So.
All right.
Let's see. Where's that pump mic? Guys?
Right here, I got you, Dan.
I put it back up there.
Yeah, you know, the difference between like live instrumentation and actually rapping over somebody's track, it's a different thing. You know, it's like the difference between somebody writing your shit, you writing your shit. It's the difference between you actually knowing how to play an instrument and not knowing how to play an instrument. It's an art. So, making a record, I'm not taking nothing from that. But performing the record, that's what people really pay to see. So you're starting to see it on Instagram. When someone has a dead show, they're starting to blow people up.
Mm-hmm.
You got a bum show. Now, I've been saying it for a while. It could ruin your career if you got a hit record and then you perform it in front of 100,000 people and you got it.
Yeah.
They ain't fucking with you. And the person that just performed doesn't have a hit record, they just tore you down. So a hit record don't make you a better artist. It just makes you a better person in the studio for that second.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's not how you become great. You know what I mean? So like when you imagine what your future looks like, is it you performing in a strip club, or you performing in an arena? Are you performing in a club or festivals? You know? How many people you want in front of you? 100,000 or 100?
100,000.
And the 100,000 are used to seeing people that have a good show. They paying to see people. They sitting for 3 days, pissing in a porta potty and dirty to see a good show.
Word.
And they're comparing your show to everyone else's they just saw. So if somebody just came through And even in a festival, what they do is you start out in an empty tent, and people got to walk by and hear your shit and go in it. And that's how you fill up your tent.
Wow.
For real.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you should go really spend time at a festival and really see what that looks like. You know what I mean? Because you want to know what your consumer likes, what they want to buy, how they want to buy it, and you got to know what it feels like when you're selling it to them.
Yeah.
You know, like if you were boxing, you never got in the ring before, and all of a sudden you got 100,000 people watching you fight, you might choke.
Gotcha. I know with the comedians, they take their material out on the road and get it before they do the HBO special. Like, you gotta go see what works, go back to the drawing board. Yeah.
Bottom line is Bob Marley used to rehearse 8 hours a day. Period. If he had to rehearse 8 hours a day, why would you think you don't have to? If you want to be that great, then you have to really, it's not something that just happens. Everyone has the ability to be great. It's how hard they work at it. Over and over again. Like, you could have good DNA and genetics, and but if you eat wrong, your body's going to show it. But if you lift weights every day, you put that pain in, regardless, the muscle's going to build. But none of that shit happens overnight. You don't get strong like that overnight. You know what I mean? Everything takes rehearsal. Everything is an art. And the more you prepare, the more you care.
I heard it here from the big homie.
If you love music, why would you not rehearse? If you love making music, if you don't like performing your records, if you wouldn't do it for free when nobody's watching, then you don't love it. You're doing it for the wrong reason. So that's why we come in here, we perform.
Every Thursday.
And we go hard.
We did.
It don't matter. It ain't about, none of these records is out. We just have fun performing them, and then the best version of it is the one we're going to capture. And then we get in the studio, and then, we knock it out like that. And when this shit opens back up, we hit the road. Coming to a school near you.
You already know.
It's all set up.
Again, big homie Dame Dash, thank you again for letting us come to the Dame Dash Studios here in Burbank, California. You flew out here from all parts of the globe, from West Virginia, from, I guess it's just north, right? We just here. We all came. Yeah. Oh, no, I got my boy SK, we came from Kentucky, you heard me? Bluegrass State in the building.
The number one point I want to make is, principle is the plug for the cool shit.
Talk to me nice. Somebody repping my boy Rod with Compton right here, you heard? Yeah.
But principles, these are the principles they try to hide, the ones that actually inspire you to be better, the ones that tell you the truth. So this is the platform where we showcase the ones that they try to when they show us helping us, they don't show that. You know what I mean? We just had 20 principles here, we talked for days. They didn't write about none of that.
How many shows? How many shows we did?
Like 30.
How many pictures, Dame? How many pictures?
2,000.
Come on, talk to me nice. And Columbus Short worked them out, right?
Yeah, Columbus Short, I had it working out, at the beginning of the day, work during the day, capture it, get the vibe, edit it up, have it out, get that work out.
And the crazy thing about it, Dame had the whole crew here. He had the makeup here, he had the editor here, so while we was doing shows, he had him back to editing and putting it right on Instagram, Facebook, and all that other social media stuff. So it was like real time money right there.
It's rapid action. You gotta remember the people that you're in competition with are working that hard and that fast. So you have to move at a professional level. There's different speeds that people move. An amateur speed is very slow. But professional speed, just like in sports, the difference between a professional football player, a professional boxer, a basketball player is how fast they can do that shit. How quick they can get to the hoop, how fast they can run to catch that football. It's just how quick you can do it. And it has to be perfect. So you're looking at how nice basketball is. You see Lonzo and his brothers and all that, that shot did not just happen. They wake up at 6 in the morning and 4 in the morning and they do that shit until it just becomes natural. None of that shit just happened. Any professional rehearses to do it quick and on point and all the time. If you're not doing that, you're an amateur.
So all of the up and coming folks out there, you're going to tell them they should be practicing 8 hours a day to Bob Marley at least, right?
Until you get to Bob Marley status. Once you are Bob Marley, you can do 8 hours a day. You understand what I'm saying? Before that, it should be 23 hours a day, one sweep.
Just there.
That's your dream? I remember when I was outside, and I had a dream of getting to a certain place, I was on that block 6 in the morning till I was done with everything. And as soon as I got to get more and get it back, I never let that block not have no work on it until I got where I needed to go. You know, it's a grind until you shine.
You're ready.
And then that's when you can sit on your behind. Pause. I'm riding up there.
Yeah, you already know. Billy Pablo.
You know what I'm saying? But that's Thursday, Billy Pablo. You know, but that's that, really. So, you know, what I thought would be interesting is now that we've done the show, let's make some music. You know what I mean? Do some new music so I could also walk back and go back to some new music as well.
It's love. So all y'all out there, Instagram land, so the big homie called me today. It's crazy when you see Dame Dash come across your phone. Like, that's crazy. So the big homie calls me, what y'all doing? What y'all doing out there? I'm like, you know, we just about to just go back to the house and do what we doing here. Like, nah, go to the spot. Nicolette, we about to drop some joints with Nicolette right now. So yeah, it's all right. So thank you, big homie, for inviting us back to your crib. He opened up, he opened it up for us and we hit.
Y'all here, you're not gonna hustle. You're not gonna ever go back. We was here, we ain't do nothing. Nah, we was here, we worked until you left. It's only right to work till you left. You know what I mean? So, you know, let's get it going. You know, we want to stop the live.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow we're going to perform what we made today. Yeah. Holla.
Yeah.
My man. West Side.
West Side?